Hiya! Welcome! Yesterday I unboxed a subscription box that contained 3 mystery vinyl records, 3 albums. A lot of fun, but I've also got some actual purchases, just generally from various websites that I wanted to show you in the one video, and of course they are relating to music. I'm not showing any of my recent mini-disc purchases in this video, and there has been a couple, and I'm due another one in the post pretty soon, but I will save those for a specific mini-disc video at some point. But I've got some really cool stuff here to show you, mostly records, but I'll start out with a CD, which doesn't sound awfully exciting, but it is to me. This I received on Monday, and it is the second album from Lindemann, F&M, which, according to the spine, stands for Frau und Mann. Who Lindemann are? It's Till Lindemann, singer of Rammstein, and his collaborator. He's a Swedish guy, and I'm afraid I can't remember his name, and I don't think it says it anywhere on the cover. But it's like Till's side project when he's not working with Rammstein. As you can see, this is still sealed in its cellophane. This came from EMP on Monday, brand new release. I do like how Rammstein and their related acts package some of their limited edition stuff, because they make even CDs, which a lot of people find pretty boring to collect now. They make them more collectible, and this one is no exception, as it comes in sort of a nice little, what would you say, this is an A5 hardback book, really. I'm not going to take the wrapping off now, it'll just make the video too long. But I believe there is proper high quality photos and pages with lyrics on and stuff in here as well. It's got a couple of bonus tracks. Like I said, I've not heard anything off this album yet. I think there's been 2 or 3 singles released from it, but I've not heard them. Just been waiting for this to come out. $21.99 from EMP. Onto the vinyl records that I've got, and about a week and a half ago I purchased this from Amazon, and yes, it's a hip-hop classic, alright. This is in Universal Music's Back to Black reissue campaign, where they release a lot of classic hip-hop from the 80s and 90s, and probably some from the 2000s as well. I've not seen a full catalogue. I saw this for $9.99, NWA, their debut album, straight out of Compton, and I thought, for a tenner, remastered, 180 gram vinyl, yes please. I am always more than happy to pay around £10 for a brand new album on vinyl, and it sounds great. I've not got any NWA albums as such before I got this. I have got Eazy-E's debut solo album on cassette. Yeah, really happy with this. $9.99. It's not a gatefold or anything, it's bog standard sleeve, but really nice quality. Fantastic purchase. And sticking with classic hip hop, I got this from Amazon shortly after. This is Paid in Full by Eric B and Rakim from 1987, I think originally. Another one in the Back to Black reissue series. This one is a double album, can't remember the exact price, but this cost about £12 something. So for 2 discs, working out about £6 something each. Brand new, remastered, once again, delighted. I love collecting records, but I love a bargain just as much. So if I can find something new and it's what I consider to be a good price, lower than average, then I will have a punt. And this is a great album. I'd heard a couple of the singles off here back in the day, but never heard the album in full, and it's really great to have this in the collection as well. Some more old school hip hop. Now the last couple of items that I want to show you are from a website called Bandcamp, and Bandcamp is a fantastic website. I urge all of you to go and check it out. I will leave a link to Bandcamp in the description as well. What it is basically an online music marketplace, but their aim is that more of the profits from sales, be them digital or physical, get passed on to the artist. So you get a lot of indie acts and all sorts of just weird and wonderful genres on Bandcamp. Anything you can think of, someone will be releasing something to do with it. You will find the odd sort of slightly more mainstream artist on there if you're searching for them, but generally this is for unsigned acts, people putting out their own music. And I just love looking for the physical formats on Bandcamp. Like, pretty much everything on there is available digitally, but I like to collect physical stuff, and you can get a lot of artists with cassettes there, and you can get artists who are still releasing their stuff on vinyl record, such as Rave Like a Bastard. Oh yes, take that, copper. This is Chevers and Fluxy, Rave Like a Bastard. This is quite an old release now, 2007, so this has probably been sitting in Chevron's warehouse, or more likely his garage or something, for well over a decade. But I got this a few days ago. The great thing about Bandcamp as well is you can try before you buy. You can just stream the music, and then if you like it, then you can buy it digitally. If you buy a physical copy of something, you will automatically get the digital version as well, which you can play in the Bandcamp app. But this is a 4-track EP, breakcore, gabber, hardcore, which I am a fan of. I don't know if people really know that, but I do like a lot of that sort of stuff. Some of it I'm not so keen on, but this is more sort of comedy hardcore, comedy gabber. And the tracks on here, side A is by Fluxy, or Owen Flux. Prisoner Cell Block Double H is the best track on the whole thing. It samples, obviously, the theme for Prisoner Cell Block H, and it is just a lot of fun. And track 2, Decimal Point. And side B is Chevron, or Chevers, and his tracks are No Limits, which, yes, is a sample or a cover or whatever you want to call it of To Unlimited's No Limits. And track 2 is absolutely crazy. Bunglist Ard Corkill brackets Portland Bills Sinbadaman Mix 06. And that samples, God, that samples the Brookside theme, it samples Barnacle Bill, it samples Rainbow. High art it isn't, but it's funny, and a lot of it is surprisingly catchy. Love the Prisoner Cell Block H track on side A, and I love the Brookside, Rainbow, Barnacle Bill, blah blah blah. Portland Bill, sorry, not Barnacle Bill, I'm thinking of the Blue Peter theme, and Portland Bill is something different. And this cost, including postage, just under £10, and the profits go directly to the artist as well. It was the actual Chevron himself who took the PayPal payment, so that's great really. And last thing I want to show you, and I've only just received this today, so I've not listened to this, although I have streamed a few of the tracks, listened to them beforehand via Bandcamp, but it is this album. And this album is, if I can pronounce it, it is called I Venus, and it is by MRM. Lovely kind of minimalist, neoclassical design here. I'm so excited to listen to this. This came out, I think, a couple of years ago-ish. Just discovered this artist, MRM, from browsing certain genres on Bandcamp, looking for things to listen to and things to buy. Really enjoyed some of his tracks. I nearly pre-ordered his new album, which I think's out in January or February of next year, so not long to wait. And then I saw that he still had his last album in stock, so I thought, no, I'll get this first, and then I'll probably buy his new album. I can't remember the name of that offhand, later on. How would you describe this artist? I found him in the genre synthwave, so sort of dark synth, vaporwave. There's certainly touches of that in here. There's also kind of post-punk element. It's just a very eclectic album. MRM, he lives in London, I think originally from Italy. One of the more well-respected, if not particularly well-known names in the kind of electronica field. And I'm just really excited to listen to this. There again, like with the Rave Like a Bastard EP, when I paid for this, the money went straight to the artist on PayPal, so that's great. If you like certain artists, particularly ones who aren't well known and don't get in the charts, and you want to support them and support them directly, then, you know, Bandcamp is where you need to go, really. And he left me a nice message after I'd paid him my PayPal as well, just saying thank you for your support. And another good thing, if you like getting things signed, autographs, then I could have asked him to sign this, and I'm sure he would have done. I'm not that bothered about getting things signed, but if you're into that sort of thing, and I know a lot of people are into getting autographs, then if you're dealing direct with the artist, then just ask them when you're going through checkout on Bandcamp. It will do no harm, and I'm sure most of them won't mind. So there is some of my recent purchases. I'm waiting for something else from Bandcamp. I may need to chase that up soon. It's another electronica album. It's coming from New York, so even though it says I should have received it by now, I've got to give them a little bit of time really before I start chasing it up. So I'll give them another week or two, but hopefully I'll get that very soon, and I'm really looking forward to that. If I do receive that and it's fine, I will show you that in a future vinyl record update video. But that's going to be it for me for today. Hope you enjoyed this little look at some of my music related purchases. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers and patrons over on Patreon. I'm going to go now, and really I've got to listen to this album. Just the artwork itself makes this cool as fudge. So I do hope you all will join me again for my next music related video. Cheers everyone. See ya!